So we're going to be doing an anterior periapical radiograph, okay? And so what you guys need to have, you need to have your XCPs, okay? You need to have your blue ring, your blue by block, and your blue rod, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to first attach our cotton roll, just like we talked in the class. So we're going to put this is going to make it much more comfortable for the patient and for our dexter as well. It's going to keep everything nicely aligned there. We're going to put our prongs into the holes and all the way towards the end of the bite block, okay? Okay, now we're going to put our ring on. Make sure that we see our bite block in the middle of the ring, okay? So we can expose our PSP plate correctly so we don't get cone cuts. So for our purposes here at Harper, we're going to be using actually these little stickies to make the bottom of the plate that's going to be sitting in the bite block a little bit thicker so it actually stays there, so it doesn't come out, because these PSP plates are quite thin, okay? So remember I was mentioning the letter A here, okay? The letter A for the maxillary arch needs to be sitting in the bite block, so it's pointing down, okay? Letter A. So I'm gonna, before I put the sticky on, I need to kind of realize where the letter A is so I can put that sticky on that bottom, okay? And we're gonna place the PSP plate into the bite block so the phosphorus layer, which is behind that black part of the envelope, is facing the radiation, okay? So you do not wanna see something like this, okay? All right, we're gonna put it in. In order to put it in, you have to kind of push the bite block a little bit, the back of it a little bit away, so you can then gently slide the plate in. You don't want to just be putting the plate in there, because you can actually scratch and damage it, okay? So, all right, so we are ready now to place it in. And what would you guys like me to expose? Central, maxillary central, maxillary lateral, canine? Okay, so we're gonna do canine, okay? So with our dexters, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna open him up. So there's a little lever, I'm gonna squeeze it and push it forward, okay? And I always kind of stabilize his chin too. So when he's open now, I'm gonna go ahead, remember I mentioned that you have to go kind of on the angle, okay? Like 45 or kind of a flat in there, because again, not everybody will open so wide, and if you go this way, you won't be able to go in, okay? So we're gonna go on the angle, okay, just like this. We're gonna go and establish our 2-point contact, guys. So we're gonna be touching, the PSP plate is gonna be touching the palate, okay? And since we're doing a canine, the cusp of the canine should be resting in the bite block, okay? In the last groove here. This way we're getting our large object receptor distance, okay? So we're gonna make sure that the PSP plate is parallel to the long axis of the tooth. And holding my 2-point contact, not letting go, I'm gonna gently close him. Remember, with maxilla, we're doing gently. Okay, we're gonna close him. Okay, and I'm gonna readjust it a little bit, open him up. Sometimes things shift, and that's okay, that happens. Okay, very good. So the ring has to go as close as possible to the dexter's or patient's face, but you don't wanna be touching, okay, the face. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take our X-ray machine, which is actually on. We turn it on here, so it makes a little beep, okay? So we know it's on. You also know that it's on if your control panel, which is around the corner, it's on if you see the numbers there, okay? So we're gonna take our PID, or our X-ray tube head, and we're gonna align it. So we're gonna align this in the vertical, okay? We're gonna make sure that we are equidistal. So we're not this way, or we're not this way, okay? So there is not less space here and more space here. So we're gonna go straight on. We're gonna make sure that everywhere between the ring and the PID, we have equal distance, okay? That kind of is gonna prevent so we don't get foreshortening or elongation of our image, okay? The next thing is the horizontal positioning, where we're gonna make sure that our beam is directly perpendicular and we don't get overlap contacts. The bar here has to be parallel with the side of the PID, okay? And as far as the plate positioning, we have to make sure that the plate is positioned parallel to buccal surfaces of the teeth, okay? So when we have everything aligned now, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna expose it. Okay, so we're gonna go out.